And today we are reviewing A Walk to Remember by Nicholas Sparks. Alright, so this book is basically background in Beaufort, North Carolina, and it follows the story of a guy named Landon Carter. And it is 1958, and it is his last year of high school. And he dated a few girls, and sworn once he'd fall in love. And he falls in love with this girl named Janie, who is a shy, determined Baptist's daughter, and she shows him the pain of living in the human heart, and they end up falling in love, and she gets bullied around in high school. People pick on her about her shoes and about her clothes, and she falls in love with Landon. And the story goes on from there, how they fell in love. And this was a very sad story, but it was one of my favorites. I give this book a 5 out of 5. It was one of my favorite books ever by Nicholas Sparks. And there is a movie, and I really want to see the movie really bad, which I'll have a review up for the movie too. But yeah, this book was basically really good. I like Nicholas Sparks' writing, so I can really relate to this book. The reason why I like this book is because it was a romance, and it was just a good, warm-hearted, tug-at-your-heartstrings story. And I like Nicholas Sparks too. So, Nicholas Sparks is probably one of my favorite authors. He's the first person that I've ever read of his book. It's probably the first one I've ever read. Well, actually, The Notebook, and the second one I actually read was The Wedding. And this is my third Nicholas Sparks book that I've read. I like to think of this book like, oh my god, this book is really good, and I would give this book probably a try. I really would. I tried this, and I loved it. I ended up loving it in the very end, but it was really sad. So let's get to the spoiler review part. So the book starts off with Landon in high school, and he talks about how he met Janie, basically. And the story is, there's not very long chapters, but they're very long pages, so it took me a while to get through this. It was not very slow to me because it was really good. And, it was not slow at all. Look how short this book is. Look how short that is. Nicholas Sparks has written a few books. I'm going to have my Notebook movie review up. So it's going to be Nicholas Sparks. Any book I read will go on here. So if you do like A Walk to Remember, please comment down below and tell me your thoughts, because I would really like to know your thoughts on this book. I told you mine, so I want to know yours. So that's it for my book review, and I hope you all have a nice day. Goodbye.